Boom, what's going on, y'all? It's Young Izzy. We are Evolution All-Star Lifestyle. No hesitation, forward thinking only. Vicious Tigers, we in this motherfucker, man. What's going on? I told y'all we dropping another video, we gonna do it. Cause I seen that we got over 200 subscribers. We're the road to 1K subscribers going on right now. And you know how I like to do it already. Make sure we get to this motherfucker direct and straightforward. So again, if you didn't see the title, we're gonna talk about it again. And it's the top 10 qualities women find the sexiest in men. And I have it written down here, you know what I'm saying, just like how I did the last one. You got it written down on your folks. Got this written down. A lot of these things actually are from experience. They're from, things that I was taught as well, but it was a lot of things that women have pointed out to me, and or just, other women periods just talking about it around me and certain things, or it could have been the qualities that I had. So I'm gonna have to push y'all on this. So, but the top 10 qualities women find sexy in a man, I wanna put these things out right. Now, these are traits that are developed a lot over time, and these are traits that you can develop, that you can have, that you can equip within your arsenal. But I also wanna point out that a lot of these traits, qualities, is not meant for you to just take and be like, oh, I'm gonna try to do this now just so I can be sexy in her eyes. That's not how this works. What it is a development, and it comes to a knowing of who you are. Because the things I can list is not the same how it would look if you were to do it or somebody else were to do it. That's not how this goes. It goes in a whole different direction, because at the end of the day, this comes to an understanding of yourself. But these qualities are for sure up there in the top tier list. And if you don't believe me, ask your girl or ask your homegirl. You know what I'm saying? Just let her know. They may deny a couple of these, because I ain't gonna lie, I got some sauce in this motherfucker, because I'm not only just going to talk about basic things, we're gonna go in depth as to why these qualities matter and women find sexy. And I already know the women gonna love it, because I show the women this, they like that shit. But let's start with this motherfucker already. Let's get to it. So number one is listening. Number one is listening, comprehension skills, and listening to respond. Not listening to hear her so you can hear what she has to say and then try to find out that she likes this and you try to like it too in order to get some pussy, because it's gonna be the same old story every single time. People are always listening to, they're hearing what she's saying, but they're not listening to what they're saying. They just see her body or her physical beauty and they're like, okay, I like this. I'm gonna try to move a little certain direction, make her like me a little bit, be like, oh, for real, I like the same thing too. No, I'm not listening. But let's go deeper into listening though. Listening also means picking up on context clues. Izzy, what do you mean by that? I mean about listening to what's not being said, right? And that could be listening into her body language. That could be listening to the things she's saying and what she's not saying, in that for you to pick up on, because a lot of women, the women can be direct, but a lot of women they give hints passive, in a certain way. And so it's like they love a man who just knows. Ask a woman, she's like, oh, I just love a man who just knows. They don't like a man who doesn't know what they're talking about or what they're doing. They love that he just gets it. He can pick up on these clues. He's listening to what she's saying. And women love that. And number two is a plan. A plan equals decisiveness, leadership, and dominance. A plan is having a direction somewhere. And it also shows you know what you're doing and that you're experienced. Plus, it shows that you want to make time to go see this woman. Women love a man who's not afraid to show their affection or interest and be like, this is what we're doing. But being able to have a plan shows you already have something lined up. Women are always saying, damn, he had a plan. He already knew where we was going. People think that it's just a plan, but what it's really showing is that he's taking control and he's taking lead. Women want to follow. Number three, this is boldness. One of the sexiest things you can do, especially with women, is to be bold. Do not be afraid to talk your shit. Say what's on your mind. Say, you are sexy and I want you tonight. Or, I like this conversation. I'm gonna need you tonight with me. Just be bold, be direct. Let her know what it is. Be honest with the intention. Because 10 times out of 1, she's gonna want it. You know why? Because all these guys, they beat around the bush, and it shows you're not afraid. You're willing to say this, even if it means she doesn't want it, and that's okay. And with boldness, it's not just verbal boldness. It could be physical boldness. Say you guys are enjoying each other's company, right? You're sitting with her, you guys are at the bar, maybe you guys are chilling, talking and everything. And instead, because you know that she's a little bit over here, you come to, hey, why don't you come over here closer? I want to see you closer. And then as she moves her chair, you put your hand on her shoulder, move her a little closer, put your hand on her thigh, grab her waist, touch, just be sensual with your actions. But it's boldness because you're doing something too. And especially if she's feeling you, because I'm not saying don't be no weirdo, but when she's feeling you, she wants that. She wants to touch. You know what I mean? That's just what happens, because not only does she want to hear what you got to say, she wants to feel it too. You know what I mean? So number 4 is conversation skills. Now, this is a big one because women, a lot of guys are like, oh, with the mouthpiece, or what's this, or what's that. And here's the thing, conversation skills is having a flow of a conversation that we could talk, and I could talk to you without having to ask you the same boring fucking questions of like, when's your birthday? What do you like to do? Where are you from? Sometimes you can ask those questions, but what is the intent behind it? Is this out of pure curiosity, or are you saying that just so you can fuck? Conversation skills, allowing it to flow, knowing what to say, not the same questions. Get better on your conversation skills, y'all, because y'all are trash. A lot of the women that I fucked with was based on simply approaching and having conversations with them. And a lot of them were like, I just love the fact that you can talk, that you talk to me. You talked to me, gave you some time, you spoke to me like a human. People are, that's just how these dudes be out here, man. And number 5 is charisma. Being able to be live anywhere you go, just being alive, period. Being able to speak to anyone, being able to make a situation fun. Say if we are here in this room right now, I can have the charisma and the charm to make sure that this room is gonna feel like we on planet fucking 10. We're just on a different world. We're in a different space. I'm having fun with this. I'm keeping it nice. I'm keeping it cool. I'm having charisma. When we go out in public, you will see me talking to multiple people. I have a live spirit about me. Women fucking love charisma. It's sexy because it shows confidence. And number 6 is banter, flirty and teasing. There is nothing like being able to spice shit up with a woman. Women, because listen, women talk shit, y'all. A lot of women, they talk shit, and they love when a man knows how to talk shit back towards them, and they can keep up the playful banterness while teasing them and also flirting at the same time, because it happens at every single time, and being lighthearted about the situation. Not taking shit serious, because you say, you know what, I want you to, I'm gonna have to come over this Thursday, and she's like, yeah, but what if I don't want to come over? Or, you listen to the tonality. It was like, oh, you want me to come over, huh? So bad. And you just telling her, I don't know what you heard about that, but I don't know. You can show me how bad if I want it when you're there. Like, just something. Keep it fun. Keep it spicy and flirtatious. Don't take what she says seriously. It's like, oh, you want me to be there Thursday? Man, who the fuck this bitch thinks she is talking? No. Have fun with it, bro. Because you can, instead of even just being like, yeah, I do want you, or just be like, I'm expecting it to be a 3 or something. Have fucking fun. Talk that shit, bro. I promise you, it's gonna take you a long way. And number 7 is edge. Edge meaning a man with grit. Edge meaning a man who says, fuck society, fuck your rules. I'ma do my own thing. I'ma do my own rules. I'ma follow my own way. I don't care what your path says. My path is different. There's rules to follow in this life, but when it comes to me and my rules, this is how I'm gonna do it. This is the direction I'm gonna take myself in. This is the direction I'm gonna take this in. And women love that. You know why? Because it shows a factor of risk. It shows a factor of that you don't give a fuck. And women love that shit, because a lot of women do give a fuck. A lot of women are under constant pressure of judgments or some things of society, but when a guy says, fuck the norm, I'm the norm, and I do this by myself, and I will do this by myself, and I'm a standalone island man, women love that, because it shows who the fuck you are. You got edge, you're willing to do something about it and not just stand there. And number 8 is one of my favorites, because, man, if they were to call me a doctor, and it's the doctor of this, and it's spontaneity. Let me tell you, it's nothing like a man being able to do something out of thin air, right? And I can even throw this in there, not even just in a not even spontaneous in just like in the day. Like say if I'm with a woman and we walking around across the park, and then instead of just being in the park, but then I seen there was like this fair thing over there, I'll grab her hand and be like, hey, come on, let's go over here. And she like, well, would you want to go to the fair? And like, yeah, we're gonna go to the fair. We're gonna have a good time. Something spontaneous. You can even be spontaneous in conversations. You having a conversation with a woman. Say it's a conversation that you just met her in a situation where it's a marketing event. So now you're talking to her, and maybe you introduce yourself as such. Hey, my name is Isaac. I'm a marketing executive for X, Y, and Z. And then she introduces herself, and then say you just notice, because sometimes they be having a drink, so that, oh, that's your favorite one, that's my least favorite, or you know what, let me try to taste that right there. Spontaneous meaning even in the conversations you can bring up something that doesn't have to do with the environment. You ever hear sometimes when women are like, they would say something like, oh, you bold. Or just say we're in a conversation, we're talking, and maybe you guys are having a conversation at first in the introduction. It's like, you know what, I just love this moment right now. I just love the way we are just interacting right now, this chemistry. And your lips look good. And she's like, oh, you bold. Oh, you something as far as that, because that's spontaneous. It also spikes up emotions. You also are spontaneous in an emotional level too, and mentally. Because not only can I talk about this one thing here with substance, I can also bring that connected over here to flirt. My phone had died, but I could also bring substance all the way to flirtation too, because that is spontaneous. That's connecting the dots, and that's what women love. Women love a spontaneous thing. And I'm gonna add this in there, is spontaneous planning. And what do I mean by that, right? I mean spontaneous planning as in, say you're doing something, but you spontaneously in that moment as you plan something, like, actually, you know what, let's also do this too. I'm spontaneously planning something. Or when you just meet her right there, say you don't really have a plan, but you're talking to her and you know what, I want to actually see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. at this place. Spontaneously planning it. But that also goes into the planning and everything, how you decisive, because you're doing it spontaneously for you. To her, she don't realize that. That's spontaneous, my dog. But number motherfucking 9, and this is the part where women are not gonna agree with me with. Number 9 and number 10, they go hand in hand, but check this out. So number 9 is when men can say no. When men can say no to a woman, women find that very attractive. You know why? Because it shows that you're not like every other guy. It shows that you have boundaries. It shows that you have self-respect of yourself. It shows that you're not gonna bend yourself over a woman or whatever the case is in that moment. You're like, nah, this is what I wanted to do. Or, I can't see you today, baby. I'm gonna have to see you another time because right now is not a good time. Or, hey, you know what, no, let's not do this call tonight. Or, hey, you know what, I can't smash tonight because I gotta go do something else. Women love when you say no, because what it shows them is that you had something going on for yourself and you're not bending over no fucking rules for anybody. And you're allowing yourself to show that you have respect, and you're saying to her that, you know what, I know you may not like it, but this is what it is. And guess what? She doesn't hear it often. Women do not hear no often, bro. Women hear a lot of yeses. There's a lot of guys out here that are yes men. They want to say yes to this woman. They want to act like this. They want to be like this. You know why? Just to get into her pants. Just to fuck with her. Just to fuck with her on a certain level. So when you say no, it's different. It shows up something different for her. And number 10 is women. Man, this is one of my favorite ones. Honestly, this is my favorite one. I just had a conversation about this. Is a challenge. Stay with me. Women find that so sexy in a man. They find a man who's challenging sexy, but not challenging in the sense where it's forced. Challenging in the sense that you're not easy, that you're not just easily available. You're not begging to stay with her and be with her time. Like I said, number 9 and number 10 go hand in hand, because you have self-respect, which leads into intimidating a woman, because she's like, how does this guy have this much self-respect, so much love for himself, that he's not willing to do these certain things for me? He's gonna tell me no. And it's a bit of a challenge because he's not easy to have access to. I have to do these certain things to earn his time. I have to show him why I should be with him. These are the things women love. They're not gonna tell you that. They're not gonna tell you that they genuinely do love a challenge. I mean, that's what really a bad boy is. That's what a player type is a challenge to women. Because a lot of women are used to men being easy and who really don't get women like that and don't have an abundant amount of respect and love for himself. Women run into the guys who don't like themselves, that fucking hate themselves, that will do anything for some pussy. They don't run into the guy who has that type of confidence and willing to tell her, no, you can go if you don't like this. They love that shit. They find it very attractive. I'm not gonna tell you on the surface level. They want a guy to make it look like they're having that little puppy love, but that's not what they really want. That's not what they're really attracted to. It's attractive to the masses for had this one person to look like, oh yeah, I have him so much in love with me, he's right around my finger. They want to be the ones wrapped around the finger. They want to be wrapped around my finger. You know why? Because it's not easy to be with me. I can get with so many women, but that doesn't mean I should bring in every woman. And she knows that. And she knows that you get a lot of women. But with the process is also the process of elimination of taking these women out too. Just because they come in so much doesn't mean all of them are gonna stay. And just because you look beautiful and you do these certain things, you have a certain type of way with these men, that does not mean you're gonna be with over here, because women find it sexy. And that's the top 10 things, top 10 qualities, top 10 traits women find sexy in a man.